Folks, it is these two things right here that is going to drive you like nothing else ever will. And I mean nothing else ever will. It is heartbreak and it is failure. And heartbreak can come in many different forms. It can come from friends group split ups. Like it's kind of gut wrenching, it's kind of heartbreaking that those things just happened with those friends you thought was always going to be your friends. Or it could be that girl. It could be anything that's just really heartbreaking. It affects you internally. It affects your mind. You can't believe what's just taken place. You just cannot even believe it. It sucks. It is heartbreak and it is failure. Think about this as well. If you fail right in front of your haters, bro, directly in front of your haters, that should drive you harder than anything else. That type of embarrassment, like these people are really gonna hate on me. I failed. Now they're all laughing. How could that not possibly drive you? How could it not? And I haven't ever had something significant happen like that necessarily, but I've had little glimpses of stuff where it's like people might not believe in you as much as you believe in yourself. And you can see certain smirks people have or the looks people give you or something like this, and it's like they give you looks of like doubt. And like Conor McGregor said before, doubt and the sound of laughter motivates me. Because it's these filthy animals that's going against you. It's almost like they have this energy about themselves where it's like you can't do it. Like they're the laughing hyenas saying like you can't do it, but you're the hungry lion that's just like, yeah, we'll see if I can't do it. We'll see about that. And you're going to go out there and you're going to do it. It's very motivating, bro. It's very, very motivating. And heartbreak, it's also, in some situations, it can be embarrassing. It's like you was with that female for quite some time. It ended unpleasantly. It ended unfairly. It ended in a way that it should not have ended. Some people make mistakes as well. And sometimes it's a bad, bad mistake. I've had, like, the most unfortunate things that has ever happened to me are the things that have motivated me like nothing else. And I'm telling you guys right now, if heartbreak and failure does not motivate you, nothing in the world will. Nothing. Some of you watching this video probably have some amount of anger within yourself. Maybe not even anger, it might just be like disappointment or anger or just something along those lines because of something that has happened or from things that is not happening, which is normal. I've felt those feelings many times. Those feelings are pretty fleeting. They can come, they can go. At certain times in your life, they can be there stronger than other times. We're human beings at the end of the day, man. And human beings that can manage things the best in life, in their own emotions, regulating your own emotions, are the human beings that's probably going to win in the end. Because a lot of people, bro, certain things happen and it messes them up for life. They get into drugs, they get into booze, they get into certain things, and it destroys them. There's females, bro, that grow up without a father and it destroys them, bro. To this day, they're messed up. Like, they're really messed up, bro. And we don't want that happening, but I'm just saying, it happens. No matter what happens, things happen. And it does a number on people. And if you're good at life, if you're good at dealing with hard things, you have to see it like a challenge. You have to see like, that girl just did this to me. It's going to make you feel some type of way, but it's how you deal with that is what's going to come out in the end. And the results are going to show in the end. If you can't deal with what just happened and oh my God, you pick up the bottle and you start boozing, you start drinking, just drowning your sorrows, just oh my God, I can't deal with it. She broke up with me and I just can't deal with it. You know, I'm drinking alcohol, I'm drinking amino acid drink right now with a little bit of sea moss. If you guys want to try the sea moss, vanilla caramel and white chocolate mocha, very good stuff. The link is in the description box under Organics Nature. The same thing with the capsules. These are very good. A couple bottles of these. Take them every single day. 2 capsules and 1 scoop of this every single day. And yeah, it's all about energy management. It's all about being smart. Intelligence. I've had a lot of terrible things happen to me that I just never saw happening from a hole in the wall. And when you come to realize every bad thing that people puts you through, it always comes from a bad apple. Every single time. Every friend that's ever betrayed me, every friend that's ever backstabbed me was a bad apple. A lot of these people was addicted to substances at the time they've done it. Most of these people I was friends with didn't even have an addiction to begin with. People change in life, bro. We were all kids at one point. People grow up, people start to get into things, people become overly angry and aggressive with you, and it's like they're just a ball of anger and fury, and it's like they have these addictions. You can't deal with these people, bro. They're gonna stab you in the back. Especially when you're doing good and they're in that state, they're going to have no problem taking things out on you. They're going to have no problem stabbing you in the back. They're going to have no problem talking behind your back. They're going to have no problem doing anything, any of these things to you. They're going to have no problem doing it. You can't let these weasels around you who are in that state. You have to get away from them. It takes 2 to tango. If you're going to have a friendship with somebody, bro, it's not just on you. You could be the best friend on earth. If someone doesn't hold their end of the bargain, y'all ain't going to be friends. I've lost so many friends because of their actions. And it killed me, bro, at some points in my life that I had to actually get rid of certain friends. Most friends I've ever had, I didn't want to get rid of. But to this day, it's become easier to get rid of people because I'm so damn used to it. I'm so damn used to getting rid of people because people can't hold their end of the bargain. You became a weasel. You didn't have internal strength. I went through certain things too. Guess what? I chose abundance. I chose prosperity. I chose to work very hard to get myself out of bad situations. Where some female might have betrayed me, made me feel very bad, kept me up at night. I didn't go to substances and everything else. In fact, the opposite. You start to get yourself 100% right. Because you don't want to feel negative emotion. You don't want to feel negative vibes. You start to do what is right. Not wrong things. That ain't going to make it better. People want to numb themselves, bro. Why would you do that? Feel what you feel. Go through what you've gone through, because a lot of it is your fault as well. Same as me. I dealt with certain people. A lot of it's my fault as well. If people have the power to screw you over, you have some say of this. That is your fault, because when people screw you over, there's a part of you that lets them do it. You never had to associate yourself with that person. You never had to vibe with that person. You never had to be attached to that person. You never had to bond with that person. But you did. And that's what caused it. Because once they did lash out, once they did treat you bad, once they did abandon you, you chose to be connected to that person. Life is a learning lesson. If I ever let some female into my life, if I ever let new friends into my life or something like this, and they just completely betray me or backstab me, I'm not going to just, oh my God, they did this to me and they're so bad and all this and it's all them, it's all their fault. Bro, I'm going to take responsibility for it as well. And yes, they did do those things, but it's on me as well. If I let a bad person into my life, into my home, that's on me as well. I got to own up to that. I can't be doing it, bro. And if you have the discernment that I have, which some of you do, people like that shouldn't even be walking through your doors, boy. Girls like that shouldn't even be close to you in your life. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've dealt with a female. I gave too many chances too. But I figured it out. That's what I wanted to do. And sometimes that is what you have to do. And in the end, it's going to give you peace when you know the truth. Truth is peace. Not knowing the truth is when the chaos is there. Because if you're on the fence with some female you're dealing with, you don't really know for sure if she's good, if she's bad. That's when you're not going to be at your best. Because there's certain things you don't know. That's why you have to know. And once you know, you're free. When you know what people are, it allows you to be free. It allows you to be in a state of Zen. It allows you to be calm. Life all of a sudden gets better. Because you don't have this burden over your life where you're trying to figure out, are they just playing games? Or are they actually this crazy? And can I get them out of that? Can I get them out of the games? Can I get them to trust me? Is that what it is? Do they just have trust issues themselves? Are they really a good person and they're just doing this right now because they have trust issues, or what is going on? There's going to be a lot of questions. And that is up to you to figure out. And it's going to cause some unwanted energies until you figure it out. But once you figure it out and you know for a fact that you figured it out, you're going to feel a lot better. And you're not going to be mad at them either. You're going to wish them well. You're going to wish them that they can find peace as well as you have. My ability to cut ties to people nowadays, bro, is like unbelievably strong. Like, my ability to do it is like very, very, very good. I've learned a lot in life. And I ain't never going to let people take me to a certain place that's going to just destroy me. It's like there's something that's like, bro, God has a presence on my life so strong. People can get in sometimes and not that close though. That's the thing. People can come close to me and sometimes maybe some bad people that I don't know they're bad at the time. But they can. They can do what they're going to do. And it's not going to have much of an effect. It's just, I felt like I've got snapped in the head by the devil as hard as you can possibly get snapped. It did damage a long time ago, and I come back from it. And now it's like when the same tests happen, they just repel off me, bro. It's like the devil energy is just repelling off me. It can't get to me. Sometimes it does get a bit close. Sometimes people do succeed in small ways, but nothing can just completely come in and just rip me apart. It's impossible that it happens again. And it did before. Like one time in my life. And it's going to take a lot of work. There's going to be a lot of dark days, even in the light. You could have your sunniest, shiniest day, and you're going to feel darkness during those days. That's how bad it can be. And I just genuinely feel like I could never get hit like that ever again in my life. It's just never going to happen. You cannot get that close. You can't. And a lot of these Jezebels today, bro, they're going to hide it. They're going to try to hide who they are so much. They're going to try to message you over social media. They're going to try to message you over these apps and avoid what is real life. They're going to avoid you in real life. Because they know, oh, if I get in this guy's presence, he's gonna know exactly who I am, and I don't want that to happen. I just want to be able to mess with this guy. I just want to be able to have my way with this guy. I just want to possess this guy. And you can't let this happen. And this all comes to show that heartbreak and failure is your greatest superpower on earth, because once you go through those things and you come back from it, you're now empowered. It's like a superpower. You're very empowered. I am a very empowered person that cannot possibly get taken to those places again because I've learned my lesson. I'm not saying I can't be affected at all. I'm just a god or a goddess or whatever you want to say. Not necessarily. People can affect you, just not that deep, to the point where it cuts you internally and just breaks you down. You can be affected a little bit. People can affect you a little bit, but it's not going to seep in. It's not going to get you too much. Why? Because you have that superpower in your back pocket. From heartbreak, from failure, from past trauma, with those things. I'm pretty sure I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure I had PTSD when I went through this situation with the past person that I was with a long ass time ago. It was nothing like I've ever felt. Like, we're talking sleepless nights, boy. We're talking, I had a friend that was working night shifts at like a grocery, or not a grocery store, but a gas station, and I just couldn't sleep, and we'd just text back and forth, and I'd go and I'd drive 35 minutes just to go see him and talk to him because I could not sleep. He was on his shift, working night shifts. This is a friend that was the same age as me at the time. I think I was 19. I was 19 years old. He was 19 as well, and he was working at that gas station overnight, and stuff like that happened. Could not sleep. Just couldn't possibly sleep. You're going through it. And things for a while was really shaky. Like, it was very unsettling. I felt like my whole world was crashing down at that time. It's something you have to work through. I worked through it through the gym. I trained and I trained and I trained and I trained and I trained. And after I mastered the training, I started to learn. I started to develop. I started, like, first it was my body and getting that straight, my mind straight and everything else. Now that I can think straight again, I'm going to start to learn. I'm going to start to gain a lot of knowledge. And the more knowledge I gained, the more I learned from my own past and why things were the way they were, why things happened the way they happened. And it started to make sense more and more and more, and it was very healing. And all of a sudden, I'm legitimately healed. Everything that happened, it's like it just gone. I felt very ahead. I felt better than I've ever felt in my entire life. I was on point. And this is proof that heartbreak, failure, those types of things is your greatest asset. It's your greatest superpower. You're going to come a long way, boy, whenever you go through those things. It's not going to feel nice at first. You might think, what is he talking about? Like, How could this be a superpower going through this mess? If you have the strength to endure, wait till you see who you become when you come out on the other side of those things, my boy. That's what the superpower is at. Because if you can't endure those things and it broke you to your knees, the devil has won. You can't let that happen. You have to have strength. You have to have endurance. You have to be a resilient individual. You have to find a way. And where there's a will, there's a way. You will find a way if you have a will. If you have willpower, if you're not going to give up. Your life can go upside down. Your life could be magical when it's all said and done. And it's up to yourself. But just understand, heartbreak, failure, all the most tragic things that could possibly happen in life. It's your greatest asset. It's your greatest superpower of all. I'm out.